Hello Seekers, thanks for joining me once again for this Ker Nethalas Book of Masteries playthrough. Last time things went very poorly for us, and they actually went even poorer than I showed in the episode because I miscalculated the bleeding damage. We should have been taking 1 direct damage with bleeding in every room that we went through, and we backtracked to room 2 to get the club that was there because of the weapon being destroyed, and that's actually 6 rooms that we went through to get back to room 2, so that's going to be 6 direct damage to our toughness, which we're at 11 right now. So we're going to go down to 5 on our toughness, and we still have the bleeding condition, and we do not have any way to heal that condition right now because we do not have any crafting supplies and we do not have any bandages or any other magical skills or masteries or anything. Now we do have a potion, and I think we're going to go ahead and drink that potion right now because if we're very lucky, this potion might be something that will heal bleeding. So let's go ahead and drink the potion right now. And we immediately recover 5 ether. Okay, so that's not going to do anything at all for us. How cool would that have been, though, if that had been a stop bleeding potion or maybe a full healing potion or something like that, but was not meant to be. So we are here in room 2, and basically what we need to do at this point is we need to try to get to some rooms that we have not explored because we need to scavenge. We could also potentially fight some enemies. That's going to be bad though, because by the time we get down to some of these rooms that we haven't explored, we have room H, room I, room J. We also have room K and L here at the side of the Overseer lair, but we cannot go into there without passing through the Overseer, so we're not going to be doing that. And obviously right now, fighting the Overseer is not going to be, it's not going to really be an option. The best that we could hope for is that we can get some scavenging or some kind of lucky loot from these unexplored rooms here, and then maybe proceed into the next domain, because we're really not going to be in a position to fight the Overseer. And even if we had full health or we didn't have bleeding or something like that, once again we still have the problem of not having the crafting supplies, and we also would have the problem of that we only have a club, which is only going to be using our bludgeoning weapon, which is 40. And if we wanted to go ahead and fight the Overseer, we really would need to have a bladed weapon using our bladed weapon skill of 61. So we are in a very tough spot here, and the only thing left that we can do is make our way over to room H, and we're going to be taking quite a bit of direct damage as we do that. So we're going to be rolling on the tension die. It's going to be 1, 2, and then we can make our way down this long sort of stairwell here, and we'll just go into room H. I don't count the stairwells as corridors, so I guess you could kind of say that's a corridor there, but I think I'm just not going to count that because it's so small and insignificant. So we basically were going to be going 1, 2, 3 to there, so that's not too bad actually. So 3 direct damage is going to take us down to 2 toughness, and we're going to take off 3 light sources there, and we also need to roll the tension die 3 times. Now this is something that could also hurt us a lot here. All right, so we got a 1, so we're already down to the D4, and we got a 2, so we're now going to have we're going to have a growing darkness event, and then we're back on the D8, and nothing went down there. So let's draw a growing darkness event, and this says an inhuman voice screams, whispers, and yells. Somehow you know that's an Overseer. Roll on the Overseer influence table. All opponents from this domain benefit from the result, but they also grant +10 experience. Okay, That's something that we really didn't want right now, but I guess it could be worse. So let's see what the Overseer influence is going to be. But it could have been worse if it was something that had damaged our health, would have probably been even worse. And I'm going to draw an Overseer influence card, and that is enemies are alert, so they have plus 20 awareness. And so let's go ahead and put in alert. And I think the enemies also have all the demon opponents have plus 10 combat skill. Yeah, we got that one. Okay. I don't even know if that one is going to matter because I don't know if any of the enemies that we face here are demon opponents. I don't think they are. Hopefully the Overseer is not a demon opponent. Now that could make it pretty bad. Let's see. No, he's an animal elemental. Okay, so I don't think any of the other enemies that we face here are demon opponents. The Blightfang rats are animals. And, well, I'm not sure where I put the other cards right now. But anyway, we'll look at that when we get there. But so all the enemies do have plus 20 awareness, which is not good. And then we also should have the Mage Bane, I believe it was. Yeah, so they all get plus 10 magic resistance. Okay, so those are all of the influences that we got going on. That's quite a bit of stuff, and it is going to make the Overseer even more difficult if we even get a chance to make it that far. So now we are down here in room H, and we're going to roll for an encounter right now. And we have got a 15, so we are going to be fighting, and let's see who we're going to be fighting here. 20. Oh, so we're going to fight another unique enemy. So it's going to be an enemy with a unique modifier, and it's going to be another flesh eater. So the flesh eater that broke our weapon 2 times is also an enemy with a unique modifier, and that's just going to make this potentially quite a bit tougher. So we might be dead here. We will see. We're going to roll a D66 for this. So we'll say that the white die is the first die. And that's going to be a 35, which is terrifying. The creature has the horrifying trait and plus 30 experience. Okay, so the way that I'm doing horrifying is that we just roll it once at the beginning of combat, and if you lose the roll, you take a -3 hit to sanity, which is usually it's a -2 hit. So you just roll it once at the beginning, but you take a big hit if you do not pass it. So this creature is a terrifying flesh eater. So we're going to bring that out. We'll use the other flesh eater that we had. So I'm writing on there that they are terrifying, and we'll just ignore the combat part. That's what the other one had, as a combat modifier. So they're also going to have increased awareness as well due to the Overseer influence. So a lot of things are stacking up against us here, and it's going to be a really challenging fight. So let's roll for initiative. We're going to have our skill of, so we no longer have the initiative bonus from the dagger either, so that's going to hurt us quite a bit. And so we're going to have a 41 versus 50 for them. And that's 47 and 63, so they will go first. And anything else that I am forgetting here? Yes, we need to check for terrifying. So let's do a resolve check. And that is 94. So we are going to fail that check, and our sanity is going to go down to 1. So we're also in a very bad place with our sanity, and we used to have a ring that could negate a madness effect, but we do not have that ring anymore. All right, now we're going to roll for the Flesh Eater's attack. A 6. This is the slam. So we need to make a physical check here. Physical combat check. And 73 versus 67. Now we are both over because we use acrobatics to dodge. And their combat skill would be 35 with the attacker bonus, but because we have the Mantle of Darkness, it's just back to 25. And so going by the base skill, we would have the higher base skill. So we will defend there, but we're not going to get a defensive move. Now we could use Nimble Feet and get a defensive move. So let's do that because we pretty much need to throw everything we have at this enemy to possibly survive here. So we're going to take 2 hits, 2-point hit to our exhaustion, and we're going to get to roll on the defensive moves table. So let's do that, which is going to be a D10. And that's a 2. We were going to reduce our opponent's armor by 1 in a random location until the end of combat. And I don't think they even have armor. Yeah, so that's not going to matter at all, unfortunately. Okay, so now we'll take our turn and probably going to have to hit him here because if we don't, we probably are not going to have much chance to live. Let's see, so we got a 23, which is going to be good enough. They got a 26, which will be over their combat skill, so we're lucky they just got 1 over. So with a 23, we will be able to hit them, and I need to roll the hit location as well, which is going to be a 2. It better be really great to get a critical hit right now. And that's a 4, so that's going to be 2 damage. Or no, sorry, that's going to be 1 damage. So they're going to be down to 3. And all right, it's the Flesh Eater's turn again. And the Flesh Eater is going to do the grasp attack, which is going to be a physical combat check. So let's go for that. And it's 30 versus 88. And we have fumbled. We have fumbled. We just cannot stop fumbling. That's why that's how both our weapons, that's how our weapon got broken 2 times. So now they are actually over their combat skill though. But due to our fumble, I think that they are still going to get some bad stuff here. Yeah, their attack is going to let's see, they missed, but we fumbled, so their attack is upgraded to a hit. Okay, so they will hit us. And I think we need to do some kind of athletics check. Okay, we need to do athletics check or we're going to be grappled here. So 51, that's going to be too high. So we are now grappled and we're going to take D8 bludgeoning damage. At the start of our turn, unless we can complete an athletics check at the end of the turn to escape the grappling. Okay, so I think, do we take any other damage? No. Okay, so let's start our turn. We're going to start off with the D8 for the grappling. So that's going to be 1 point of damage there, taking us down to 1. And okay, I think that's all. I thought grappling might have some other bad effects, but I guess that is it. So yeah, is there actually a grappling? Now we do have entangled, but I think that's not the same as grappled. So okay, there's no other modifier for grappled. It's just that we take the damage at the start of the turn, and we do need to make an athletics check at the end of our turn to see if we can escape the grapple. Okay, so let's roll for our combat here. 23 versus 12, so we are going to have a higher roll, and we will deal some damage. Let's roll for the hit location, and 6, And a 5, that's going to be 2 damage, so that's pretty good. So we might have a little bit of hope here. We bring them down to 1. And now they're going to start their turn. Oh yeah, we can also make an athletics check to see if we can get out of the grapple. So let's do that. 42, we do not. Roll for their attack. And 2 is going to be the Rancid Claw. It's going to be a physical attack. And 47 versus 1. So we are over our acrobatics, so we failed our defense. 1 is going to be enough for them to be successful with the claw. They're going to deal D6 slashing damage. So 4, that's going to be 1 damage, and then we don't have any armor, so it's actually going to be 2 damage. So we're going to take 1 point to health. Our health is going to be at 8 now. And we are at 0 on toughness. And there's also something else going on here. We have to do an endurance check or be afflicted with a festering wound. Okay, let's do an endurance check. 59, so we failed that. So we have a festering wound. At the start of our turn, we're going to take an additional D4 necrotic damage until there is magical healing or the wound is otherwise treated. And I wonder if that wound is going to carry over after the battle as well. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so yeah, we are all kinds of messed up here. Let's roll a D8 and a D4 for the damage at the start of our turn. And we're going to take 1 point of damage. So a little bit lucky there. It definitely could have been a lot more damage, but we're very close to death. All right, now we're going to roll for our combat. 38 versus 39, and did nothing special as far as the location, hit location. Their combat skill is only 25, so we did win out there. Just managed to get under our bludgeoning skill, so kind of a lucky hit. And 3 is going to be 1 damage, so that is going to be enough to kill this flesh eater. So all right, we did successfully kill him. I don't know about this rancid claw. If we still have this festering wound, I guess not. I'm not really sure. If anybody knows, let me know. So we are going to do D4 healing. And we got a 2, so that's going to put 2 back to our toughness. We don't heal health, of course, from that. And we're also going to roll on the spoils table. Now, if we get really lucky here, we will be able to get some crafting materials because that's what we really need. And that's a 3, so that's going to be, I think, the mundane loot spoils, which is what we want. And, ooh, random weapon. We can draw a random weapon card. Now, if we can get a bladed weapon, this might be something that can possibly change things for us here. And we got a bardiche, which is a shafted weapon. Oh, we just got shafted. No one ever expects a bardiche. That's too bad. All right, so we are here in room H. We're also going to get 50 experience for that, so we're going to go up to 410. Actually, no, 50, 60, 70. So we're going to go up to 430 because we get extra experience for the. That was a modified creature. Now, why couldn't it have been that easy to beat this guy? The flesh eater, the weapon eater over in room G. That guy's not the flesh eater, he's the weapon eater. So let's roll for scavenging. We really need to get something here. Our sad scavenging of 20. It's probably not going to help much. Ooh, 17. All right. Very lucky. So let's roll a d20. And this is probably one of the few times where we don't want some kind of magical item or something. 12. All right. 12 is going to be... we discover money. So 15 and 13. So we picked up 28 gold, or 28 coins, and that's not really going to do anything for us. So we've got 105 coins, which will take up one item slot there. And yeah, so wow, we had a couple chances there. We had a random weapon, didn't help us. And then we just missed getting crafting supplies. Crafting supplies is a 4 to 10 on the scavenging table, and we rolled a 12. So we can try to go down into room I here. And we still are clinging on to life, but we are going to take one more hit from bleeding. So we're going to go down to 1 on toughness. And we need to count off a light source and roll for growing darkness. 8, good there. So we're down into room I. We're going to roll for our encounter. And we got an 8, which is going to be an event. A hole in the floor of the room is completely filled with viscera. You can stick your arm into it and search for something of value. Make a perception check. If you pass, you can make a roll on the spoils table. If you fail, you don't find anything and you lose 1 sanity. Oh, great. At least our perception is not horrible. But if we lose that 1 sanity, we're going to go into a madness event. So let's see what we do here. 29. Okay, so we get to roll on the spoils table. And that is a 5, which is going to be a valuable item, which is probably not going to be like crafting supplies or something like that. But if we're lucky, maybe it could be like a bandage or something, or maybe a potion. We got a magic item. Okay, that's something that we really don't want right now. Because I don't even think we have any attunement crystals. Okay, we do have 1 attunement crystal, but magic items are not really any good when you are almost dying from bleeding and you cannot craft bandages or doing camping or anything. So that was an event, so now we can also make a scavenging roll. 55, so we failed. We had a blunder there, so let's see what that's going to be. If there is one for scavenging, there may not be one for scavenging. No, okay, I guess scavenging doesn't have one. However, we can mark it for improvement. So let's mark it for improvement. Oh, you know what? I think that means that we have to have an encounter is what that means. I'm pretty sure. So, and what was the skill that I rolled a double on earlier too? I rolled a double on something. I think it was acrobatics, wasn't it? It was a double on... Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to look back at the video and see. I know I rolled an 88 somewhere, which was a fumble. I think it was on attack, so it must have been on our bludgeoning weapons. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I think when you fumble on a scavenge, I think it attracts the attention of enemies and you have to fight. Let's see here. Yeah, fumble means you made a lot of noise, and now you got to roll on the combat encounters table. So we roll on the 1 for the starter domain. And that's going to be a 10, which is, what's that, the skeletal horrors probably? Yeah, skeletal horrors. So we're going to face 2 skeletal horrors here. And depending how this goes, this could be the end for us. So we got skeletal horror A and B here. Get these guys set up for combat, and because they are horrors, we do need to make checks right away for sanity, and we're probably gonna drop into this madness event here, but we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna roll for the initiative, which they have a plus 20. So their initiative is going to be 40, and ours is going to be 41. And they got an 82, and we got a 96. So we will go first. And we do need to roll for a resolve check because of their frightening. And 30, we fail. So now we have a madness event. Our sanity is going to drop down to 0, and we're going to have a madness, which I don't know. I don't know if there's cards for madness. So I think we'll have to find the madness table. All right, let's roll a d10. And we got a 9. You're going to slap yourself with all your strength, quickly regaining your wits and snapping out of it. You receive 2d6 bludgeoning damage, but you are otherwise fine. Okay. So I don't know if this would be enough damage to kill us, but it's going to be pretty close if we get a bad roll here. But otherwise, we don't pick up a madness affliction, so that's pretty good. So let's roll 2d6. And that's going to be 2 points of damage. So we'll lose our 1 remaining point of toughness and 1 point of health, putting us at 6. So we are very, very close to death here, and we have to face 2 skeletal horrors, and our sanity, I believe, is reset. I actually can't remember on that. Okay, yeah, so we do recover all lost sanity after a madness episode. So we are back to 16. So that gives us some breathing room there with sanity, because our character did have some pretty nice rolls when he started, and we have plenty of sanity. And also, of course, we're getting plus 5 sanity from being an Umbra Phantom. So we're going to go first with our attacking skeletal horror A. Hope this goes well. 63 versus 96. It looks like we will be able to hit them here because we're going to have higher combat skill. So yeah, we will hit them there even though we both failed. And that's going to be 1 point of damage. So going down to 2. All right, now Skeletal Horror A is going to attack. 1, they're going to do the Curse Slash. This is just a standard slash here. $5 versus 71. All right, so we will successfully defend there, and we're going to get a defensive move. 5. That is going to be your opponent immediately suffers D4 damage that ignores armor. All right, that's something good. 3. Nice. So Skeletal Horror A is actually been defeated already. Oh wait, no. 3 is only 1 point, so they're at 1. Okay. Kind of got ahead of myself there. All right, now Skeletal Horror B is going to attack. 5 is the Haunting Wail, so we need to make a magic defense check here. 42, we will succeed. No worries. Now it is our turn. So we'll roll for combat check against Skeletal Horror A. They only have 1 hit point, so we definitely want to focus on them. 96 versus 60. So we both went over. Now a 10, I believe, is going to be on the place where they have armor, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're gonna need to get a good damage roll here. Yeah, so absolutely no damage there. Skeletal Horror A will attack. 3, it's gonna be the Ethereal Grasp. Make a magic resistance check. 19, all right, pass that. Skeletal Horror B is going to do the Cursed Slash. So make a combat check. 14 versus 7. So they will hit us. I think I'll take 2 exhaustion so that we can get a defensive move here. So that's going to bring us to 6. But they will hit us with the Cursed Slash, which is going to be D8 slashing damage. Four is going to be 1. So down to 5. And we get to roll a defensive move because I paid for the nimble feet. Come on, my nimble feet. We gain advantage on our next attack. All right. So let's roll our next attack right now. Be nice if we could get one that says you get critical hit on your next attack. Okay. Ooh, 33. We get critical hit. Okay, we'll take it. And almost rolled the head as well, but that doesn't matter. We still got a critical hit. So we're going to roll 2d6. And we got 1 point of damage. But that's okay because we only need 1 more point to take down the Skeletal Horror. A has been defeated. We just have Skeletal Horror B left right now. B is going to attack. 5, they're going to do the Haunting Wail, make our magic resistance check. 8, we got it. Roll for our attack. And 37 versus 4. So we will succeed in our attack. We don't hit the torso or the head. 3 is going to be 1 point of damage. They're down to 2. And now they will attack. 3 is going to be the Ethereal Grasp, magic resistance check. 89, failed. Okay, so now I need to make an endurance check. 21, failed. We're going to take D6 necrotic damage, and they're going to regain half of the damage rounded up. So that's bad. Ooh, they didn't do any damage. All right, very lucky. Okay, our turn. $38 versus 91, so we will succeed. No special hit location there. 4, it's going to be 1 point. All right, their turn. 4 is going to be Ethereal Grasp again, so let's do a magic resistance check. 45, we got it. All right, let's roll for combat. 7 versus 19. Oh no. So we are going to get 1 point of determination. Do I want to do the nimble feet? Yeah, let's just do nimble feet. So we'll go up to 8. And they are going to do the, what was that? That was the Curse Slash, right? So D8. Oh no, 8 points of damage, which is going to be 3, I believe. Haven't rolled an 8 in a long time. How much damage is 8? 8 is going to be 3 points of damage, so we are down to 2. Very, very low. We do get to roll a defensive move because of nimble feet. a 9. You get a moment of respite after fending off the attacks. Recover 2 toughness. Cool. Okay. So a little bit more chance to live right now. All right, let's roll for our attack. .22 critical hit. All right. 2d6. Ooh, 5 and 6. Okay, that's a total of what, 4 damage there. So skeletal heart B is gone. And spoils deck. Okay, so we'll roll on the spoils. We're also going to recover D4 health. 2. So D4 toughness actually. So toughness is back to 4. And we can roll on the spoils deck. Well, you can't really roll on a deck, but we're going to draw a valuable item card. And that's an attunement crystal. Okay. Those are nice to have, but it's not what we want right now. So let's put down that we have 2 attunement crystals. And if we were to camp right now with our cooking supplies, we could make a ration and heal our toughness back to full. But I don't believe we would be able to make anything else that would help us. So do we actually have enough to make a bandage? It looks like we do. We have 1 crafting supply. So we could make a bandage. I didn't know we had 1 crafting supply. Oh. Well, maybe we should camp right now. And we'll make 1 bandage, and we will make some rations, right? We'll make 1 bandage and we'll make one ration, or maybe we should make 2 rations. Probably make 2 rations. So our camp roll is going to be, oh wait, that's over here. So we'll have a -2, and for the bandage a -1. So we're gonna have a -3 to our camp roll. And we will be out of 2 crafting supplies, or sorry, 1 crafting supply. So we will be at 0. And then our cooking supplies are gonna go down to 2. And we'll be at 1 ration after we consume the 1 ration that we need for this camp. And now let's make our, maybe we should do the attunement crystal as well. Camp roll modifier is NA. I thought attunement crystals did increase the camp roll. I guess they don't, huh? Okay. So also for exhaustion, we're going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to gain 4 exhaustion, and that's okay because, well, no, that'll put us at 12, and 10 can be healed, so we would have 2 exhaustion left. That's if we pass the camp roll. All right, so let's identify this magic item. If we're really lucky, it could be something that will help us to stay alive here. So we're going to roll a D8 and a D10. So the D8, we got a 6, which is an amulet. And the D10 is going to be a 2, which is uncommon 1 magic property. Now, I think in this case, it's not going to matter because for an amulet, it's just going to be a roll on the random mastery table, which I think we need to use the new table in the Book of Masteries, do we not? Yeah, so we are going to get to roll on the Book of Masteries in the new table to see what this amulet is going to be. Okay, so first we'll roll a D6. And that is going to be a 2. So we're going to roll on table A. D6 again. And that is a 4, which is the Bulwark. Okay. Wow. That's actually a pretty good one. But the problem with that is that we have the uncomfortable and heavy armor flaw, so that really does not go well with us at all. So that kind of sucks, actually, that we got that. But the Bulwark is definitely a nice one to get. Let's take a look at the Bulwark here. And of course, they've got some new skills in the Book of Masteries. So we can ignore all penalties from wearing any sort of armor. Now, I wonder if that would clash with the uncomfortable and heavy armor, how that's going to work. I think we're just going to have to default to the uncomfortable and heavy armor, so that kind of sucks. So that's pretty unfortunate there. And we don't have any mastery points, actually, so we're not going to be able to get any skill, but you can see at tier 1, you would have brace or taunt. Like brace, you can see the enemy strike coming and you're ready for it. You can reduce any incoming damage by D6. Or taunt is going to be provoke your enemies, forcing them to attack to target you instead of your allies. So some pretty cool stuff there. But yeah, that's pretty that's kind of unfortunate that we got Bulwark, because we have the uncommon or uncomfortable and heavy armor. So anyway, let's put that we have the Bulwark on our mastery here, and we do have the passive, which is ignore armor penalties, even though it's unfortunately not going to work for us. And we'll put on, for amulet, we got the Bulwark amulet, and now we need to make our camp roll. Oh, and also erase that magic item. And we also used 1 attunement crystal, so we'll go down to 1 there. And yeah, if we could find a trader or something, we'd be doing really well. We did also craft a bandage, so maybe we can use the bandage first before we make this roll here. And now I want to look up how bandages work again so that I don't do anything wrong. All right, so we'll spin that bandage that we crafted. I believe you can do that. I believe you can craft it and use it right away. And that does actually add another point of exhaustion. So assuming that we make this camp roll, we're still going to have 3 exhaustion. Bleeding is now taken away, and our bandage has been consumed. So let's see if we can make this camp roll here. 14 with -3, that's going to give us 11. So we do make the camp roll. So very nice there. Our toughness is going to go back up to 16. So we are at full toughness, and we will also regain 1 point of health. So we back up to 3. And we're also going to regain D4 sanity, which we don't need to because we are at full. And then our exhaustion is only going to go back to 4. So unfortunately, we didn't get to heal all of our exhaustion. But that was a very productive camp. And had we got the right mastery, or had we got the right random weapon, we might have actually been able to face the Overseer. But we're definitely not in the position to do that. So yeah, when we come back next time, we'll go into room J, and it looks like we do have a chance to survive here. And I probably could have just camped in room 2 before doing all this crazy stuff, because I forgot that I did have the 1 crafting supply there to heal up the poison. But somehow we survived, and we're still going here, and we still have a chance to possibly pull this out. And now we do have the Bulwark mastery as well. But I may have to ask on Discord how that's going to work with uncommon, or I keep saying uncommon, how that's going to work with uncomfortable heavy armor flaw. Unfortunately, the flaw is probably going to override that. So we will see. But thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.